Ready?
Sure.
I want to ask you about the grant, of course, and just tell me the movement toward, of course, energy efficiency and conservation, how important that is for the city.
By applying for that $665,000, that would help us do two or three things. The main thing it would do immediately is we would move completely from incandescent lights in our traffic signals to LED. Great energy savings there. The next thing we would do is we would do traffic studies to make sure we're as efficient as possible at intersections throughout the city so that cars aren't sitting and idling, and so that we have more sensors underground so that we can move cars and do them more efficiently. There are 3 or 4 fringe areas, such as simple as bike trails, which could also fall under that same grant. So we will be looking to make this year one of a multi-year agreement where we can get a lot more energy efficient than we are now.
Do you think it's something that's going to pay dividends?
No question. It's something that we're already moving on now. We're already, year by year, we're moving toward LED. This grant will help us get there immediately. It will get the energy savings to us quicker. And that's specifically what the grant is for, is to help us save money today, to help us quit depending so much on foreign fuel, on fossil fuel.
Long term, what would this grant and these changes maybe mean for the area?
You always shoot for 10% a year. So if this 600,000 grant saves us $60,000 a year, if we're on and on, that's a wonderful investment.
How long do you think it's going to take to see the changes that you want?
Probably a period of 2 or 3 years, although you start in increments. The first year we start with certain changes, we start saving money, and with every year that we invest, we save more and more money. So it has a snowball effect.
On the Span Farms, Mayor, that's been an ongoing thing for quite some time. Without going into a long, drawn-out thing, can you just touch a little bit and help people understand about the lawsuit and about why we're still working on that?
The developer of Span Farms and Grove Park always contended that it was the city's responsibility to handle stormwater. The stormwater that came from the hospital area across, and it was always the city's contention that it was not our responsibility. The judge decided it was indeed our responsibility to handle the water that came from upstream across those 2 subdivisions. So we're in the process now of spending over $600,000 at this time to get that water through into an area where those neighborhoods are protected.
And the Bowman Trust finally settling that so that the downtown redevelopment can push forward. How much is that going to be? The deed just says $10 and other consideration. Can you tell us, are we paying a lot of money for that, or is this just something that we're going to get and that we can move forward now?
It's something that's being given to the city. The trust is giving it to the city, and then we will get it to the DDRA as soon as they request it. Then it will be up to them to either renovate it or raise it, depending on what their engineers and what their cost projections say.
Getting the deed at Troy University for the new water tower, how does that grow the city's water needs?
There are areas where we have pressure problems on that side of town. A water tank there at that elevation really shores up our pressure in that area. It also allows us to tie back into our own loop on Troy's southeastern corner of the campus, and it also allows a water main to serve Troy's growing needs. So it's a win for everybody. They donate the property, they get a water main that they can feed off of. In return, everyone wins.
And then we're more road resurfacing and stuff like that. Could you just kind of make a quick comment about that?
It's a continuing effort between the fact that we committed $1.5 million a year to it, and the stimulus funds and the ALDOT projects that were going on all together. It is amazing the amount of resurfacing that's being done right now. I just urge all drivers to be cautious because there is construction everywhere, and that's a real good thing.
In regards to the water tower and the everything with water in the city, why is there such a stress on that?
Because it's been identified as the #1 problem facing the city of Dothan over the next 20 years. There was in a 2002 study, there's a our short-term solution, which we have implemented. We put in 2 of 3 wells. There is an intermediate solution, which is the Chattahoochee, that'll take care of us for the next 50 years. The reservoir is the long-term, and that will take care of us forever and ever. I'm concentrating on the one that will take care of us the next 50 years.
And can you tell me a little bit about the Chattahoochee, with your plans with that?
A filtration plant in collaboration with the county to build a water filtration plant on the side. We are going to ask for a permit for the withdrawal of 10 million gallons a day, and then we would pipe the water over to this area and hopefully have customers in East Houston County that would be part of a Dothan-Houston County entity that supplied water to the whole area. It would certainly open up the whole east side of the county, not only to residential development, but it would be potentially some pretty large commercial sites in case automakers or anybody wanted to locate here. We would have the commercial sites that they needed.
Do you see this as a continuing problem throughout the years as far as with the water?
If we get this would be a $60 million investment in today's dollars. If it was done today, it would take care of us for 50 years. So there is a solution. It will cost money, but doing nothing is not an option.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.